I'm already pretty much killing a lot of the things that he can do. Okay? So a very good drill that I like to do is I like to start in the sumo position, and then I point my toes out like that. And then I'm just gonna play around a little bit, asking the guy to put the De La Riva. Put the De La Riva. Just like that. Turning, because if I turn here, there's no De La Riva. And then the idea here, guys, is pretty much once you do that, I'm just being very generic here, is that I always want to make sure that, look, I'm looking for that. Okay? I'm looking for shin to shin or shin on the calf, depending on the side that is more exposed. Okay? Of course, we just talked about the simple leg to leg hook. So let's say how this can be done when you already have a hook and the hand either on the ankle or no, or there. Okay? Which is already a classical De La Riva control. Okay? So guys, the truth is that when you already have like a hook set, I'm not going to be able to easily turn my knee. Okay? So I want you guys to do two things. Again, in a very generic way. I'm not talking about his other hand on my belt or his other hand on my collar, his other hand on my sleeve. I'm just talking more about the basic concepts. Okay? This leg is very, very dangerous. That's the leg that creates distance. That's the leg that puts me more staggered. So I need to actually address this leg. But in reality, the first thing I need to do is to address this one. If I try to go too much on this one and I get him freedom of movement here, I'm already done. He's underneath for me. He's doing a lot of things. Okay? So one of the things I like to do is this. Move back and stretch your leg a tiny bit. Not too much, because if you do too much, you're too far from him and he can get underneath. But just step back, look, and stretch your leg a tiny bit. You're going to be with your elbows in like that. Okay? And then from here, guys, it's going to be a stretch and an opening. So in slow motion, a stretch and an opening. Look. Again, going straight from here, you can't do it. It's very hard. So I go low, stretch, and open. Okay? When I stretch, look. This foot gets a little more compromised. Here he's really solid. When I sit back, this hook tends to actually be weaker. This footing here. That's when I can go there. So when I go down, look. Boom, 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 boom. Here I am. Guys, if you want to guarantee for now, put the hand on the knee right there. Just to make sure they're compromised. And now, let's talk about this. This is a big deal. Okay? So, as you guys already understood that the necessity of going there first, I will actually do two things at the same time. I need to get rid of this. Okay? So when I go low and I stretch everything, look. As I'm already pointing and going out, I'm controlling the inside part of his leg. Like this. And I will turn my hip completely there. And look what I do with my arms. Look, guys. I do this. With my shoulder there. Try to put the foot back in there, Lucas. Look, this is a bar. If I'm here, it's a joke. But this is huge. Once you can actually turn your shoulder and get your arm like a bar, you get precious seconds for you to do the other job on the other side. So when you go there, look, you go down, you open, and you're controlling that. And look, guys, it's not this. It's that. Now Lucas, try. When Lucas tries, look, all I need to do is to do what? Is to shift, and here I am. Once I have this knee on the floor here, I lock it, try to get the leg there, shoot, look. I'm already completely preventing any kind of De La Riva. And because he's holding, because my knee is in there, I have a really high chance to pass actually if he delays his reaction. Okay? So once I turn in there, guys, the hand from here goes to the mat because I want you guys to start to go there. And then immediately you're going to try to address the collar or the arm. He will let go of this probably to prevent, and I'll go there. So if I can't bring him like this, and then eventually go back in there, boom, that's a great case scenario. But again, this is not that easy with like all these flexible kids. They do this all the time. They have amazing guard retention. But what do I do from there? In worst case scenario, De La Riva, boom, is gone. I don't need to deal with that. And all the variations. So for example, a very common scenario could be, I'm already here, right? So when I go down, I stretch, I open, lock the shoulder, look, the hand goes there, I drive shin to shin, and once I'm here, so let's say he uses the free hand to push me. Ooh, what is this? This is an old school game. This is already over and under. This is already something that they don't like. Because I'm already going to my knees and killing them there. We talked a lot about that already. Most likely when you're there, they're going to try to push you. Remember that? Look, boom, 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 all this. We're there. Okay? So, this simple concept of playing with